Welcome back, everyone, to episode 3 of not Gains and Games, but of Grind and Game. Sorry, I got a little tongue tied there. We got a lot of G's going on. But me and the boys were discussing same show, same kind of concept. But what we realized is Gains and Games, we're kind of leaning and kind of not even leaning into it. We were slotting it in almost unnaturally about working out and lifting. Again, we all love it and we all do it, and it's a part of our daily grind. But we got to talking and realizing that what we pitched to you all in episode 1 was more about just the grind of life. And so just a simple change that GG is still there. Grind and game is what we're all about. We will still kind of talk about that, about being fathers, our careers, just life, being husbands and trying to get the grind of life through, but also getting that gaming in. But again, like I said, it's still the same show, just a different name, different logo, trying to just kind of really establish who we are while we still can. And we're learning that as we do these episodes. And, we're posting some shorts or reading comments, kind of really seeing what you guys want to, talk about. And we don't want it ever to feel like we're talking at you, just we're talking with you. Like, this is what we're about, what we're trying to do. And we just love video games. And as we saw in our past 2 episodes, once we get rocking on those games, we don't want it to feel like, oh, let's slot in the fitness stuff at the end just because that's what we're about. No, we really want it just to be natural. And like we said, when we catch up right now, we'll talk about a little bit of all that and that good stuff. But again, everybody, I just want to say welcome back. The campfire light is out. We are in our warm houses in our digital studios, and today's all about competition. But before we get into that, let me introduce both of my co-hosts. They both host together. Nick and Dave Save the World. My brother there, Nick, he also hosts a bourbon podcast called Uncut, Never Filtered. Boys, how we doing? Dave?
Doing good, brother. I had a pretty good day today. Had the babies. For those who haven't heard me say in previous episodes, I've got twin daughters. Had them out on the swings today, and I've got some resistance bands. I drilled into the fence. There's no excuses, boys. I'm out there pushing the swings, give them a little momentum, and then I go over there, do some tricep extensions. I do some curls, and I got an ammo can filled with sand, just like back in the core, and I'm pressing it above my head. You gotta do what you gotta do. Spend time with the kids. Get a little workout in. Hop on the podcast at night with the boys.
Where'd you get the ammo can from?
I'll just at the store or maybe online. I can't remember. I got them years ago, but that's a little life hack for anyone out there who's trying to build a little home workout setup. The price of weights is so expensive these days. I think it's like $2 a pound or more than that, maybe. So I just bought a cheap ammo can, filled it with a $8 bag of sand, and made some weights out of them. So I got a
That's
few of them
awesome.
out there in the backyard, getting all rusty.
Yeah, when you hear something like that, there's definitely no excuse. Got them drilled into the fence, and I love it though. That's awesome. Nick, how you doing, my brother?
Good, man. It was a busy work day, but it was good. Got back to the house, hung out with the kids, did a little hide and seek with Jackson, and
Hmm?
let Aurora ride on my back because I broke my knees going across the kitchen floor for 20 minutes, but she was having a ball. And then we tried a new dish today. It was a little lasagna ravioli dish from Costco, and it's ass. But I was super hyped for it.
There goes our Costco sponsorship.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Costco sponsorship's gone, but
delete those emails.
they make some good stuff. But if you browse the aisles and you see that, don't get it.
Skip it.
Got a little salad with it though. It was good. But we did dinner and then cleaned up, came down here, did some reorganizing, trying to get the studio back up to speed. Just had a
Looks
lot
like
of
ass.
yeah, I know. Got a lot of extra stuff floating about, so tried to tighten it up a little bit and ready, man, ready for the draft. I'm excited. I think this is going to ignite some passion for some games that I probably wouldn't play in 2026, but now I'm gonna be rooting for them.
That's cool, man. Yeah, well, as Nick just alluded to, we will be doing today our 2026 Fantasy Critic draft. I'm saying Fantasy Critic because that's the site we're going to use. And boys, let me know if I'm yelling too much. I did kind of the same thing you did, Nick. I did like a different kind of setup, switching things around just to make it a little bit cleaner. But you guys let me know, give me a thumbs up or down. We'll see what happens. Yeah, on my end of things, I was supposed to be off today but as we all know, that's not how things work. I basically was working from home, answering calls, doing all that good stuff.
Oh,
I let the boys know. I'm in anyone that watched Nick and Dave Save the World a while back when I was on. I do venue management and events, so we have a pretty big event tomorrow. I'll kind of leave the details out just because of what it is, but just working through that. I should have known better to probably have the day off the day prior to that event, but hey, we live and we learn. And but I still was able to. I got the gym today. The wife went with me. Did about like 2 hours of weights, did some sauna, so it was a good time. So we
nice.
got to, like I said, we get it in any way we can, and when we can. So we did something a little different for dinner too. The wife's made salmon bowls, and they actually
Ooh.
came out really good. So I got to give her a lot of props there.
A
She's
little
a
poke
beast, though. She
bowl.
left straight from the gym directly to the grocery shop and started grabbing stuff. So
It's
um,
dedication right there.
I told her I was like, I'd help you, but I got to record, and I went and helped her. That's why I was a few minutes late, boys. Sorry. But also, before we get started, a little behind the scenes. Usually we like to record Mondays, but three of us, all life kept getting in the way. Poor Dave was probably pulling his hair out dealing with the Demby brothers. But then we also kind of decided
No.
when we finally could record, we wanted to watch the Steelers game. So for anyone that didn't know, we grew up as Steelers fans. Nick and I, our dad basically didn't give us a choice. And yeah, it stuck since then. And anyone that watched the playoff game yesterday kind of knows what happened. We were a little competitive there and then immediately got stomped into the water. We
Dude,
lost our head.
it
Oh, go
was
ahead, Nick.
yeah, it was just a horrible, horrible performance. And not to stay on the subject of football too long, but they made CJ Stroud fumble twice. He hasn't fumbled at all in the regular season, and both times didn't do a damn thing with it. And when I saw that happening, I was like, we're done, dude. If our offense doesn't show up, and it didn't, we had 6 points that entire game, 2 field goals. Here, hold on. I just heard a weird fucking sound. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna mark it. Sorry. All
Mhm.
right. So I'm back, and I did hear a screech. All right. So I walk upstairs, and I check on my son, and he's at the age now too where he's starting to get like scared at night and stuff like that. So I thought maybe he
I'm
just
still
got
there.
like yeah, I thought he had just gotten like freaked out, and so I wanted to go check on him.
Mhm.
Well, I go up there, my wife's in the room. I scare the shit out of her because I just roll up in the room and she's like, having a just chill night. She's like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "Did you hear that?" She was like, "No." And I'm like, "All right." I heard, and I'll tell you what it was literally like a screech. And it was loud, dude. It's loud. Like, I'm sitting here talking football. You saw me. It stopped. I was like, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah, it stopped you in your tracks.
So I'm like, "All right, if it's not," I checked on both kids. Kids are fine. I checked upstairs, nothing. The dog's outside. My dog Athena's going nuts. So I'm like,
Oh,
I think I know what this is. So I walk outside and I just brought the pistol because I thought I was gonna have to run it off. But we'd left the chicken coop door open. There was a
Mm.
fucking bobcat that was behind the house, was trying to get into the chicken coop to eat the fucking chickens.
oh,
And run his fucking ass off. So I didn't have
dude.
I didn't have my light, so I just loaded my mag in case because I have a light on that in case I got to go out there and defend those birds. I was out there barefoot with a phone and a pistol, just patrolling with the dog.
Dude,
Did
you
you bring
should.
Athena inside? Where's that bobcat? Was
No,
she
I
getting the
gotta
bobcat?
that's dude. She'll destroy that thing.
Yeah, that's her job. She's a
Yeah, they're livestock dogs, but like
Oh, okay.
when I like thought about the sound I heard, and then I heard her barking, I was like, dude, it's probably a fucking bobcat because they're all out here.
Yeah.
uh,
But those things are
Damn.
vicious too. You don't want one of those to jump on your back, dude. I was walking around. It's like pitch black out there with a phone light too, which is just ass. I'm like, this thing just jumps on my calves. I'm screwed.
She just comes back with scars. All right, my first pick. It's like bleeding out of his mouth.
Full sweat, crying.
yeah, if you gotta go back out there, take the camera with you, give us a little first person view of
Yeah, I'll have the GoPro. I'll put the GoPro on the
There.
hat and just see
yeah.
fucking.
All right, we'll see everybody. That's what we're talking about. You never know what's gonna pop up when we're recording. You could have I could have put a big bet on that parlay. I would not have bet Bobcat attacking the chickens and my brother going out barefoot with a handgun. But hey,
To wrap up my last point, and we'll get off the subject of the football, but terrible game, terrible performance. Mike Tomlin resigned today.
yeah,
I didn't see that yet.
yeah, he put a thing out on it. Well, I saw it on Instagram, and like I said, now I'm gonna frustrated we are Steelers fans. The guy, he's been a coach for most of my life. Him and Bill Cowher, but we wish you the best, Mike. You don't want to kick a man while he's down. He had a ton of winning seasons, but again,
Yeah.
sometimes it's just time to go our separate ways. But he brought in a lot of great memories, a lot of great teams together. But
Time for
it's
a
a new
change.
age for the Steelers. We'll see what Rodgers ends up doing. If he goes on another ayahuasca journey, maybe he'll come back and throw some Hail Marys. But in the meantime, so all in the comment section, you guys can go ahead and bash us. We know we're Steelers fans. We get it. We're used to it. It's been a lot of pain lately. It's been nothing but memes is all I've been seeing.
Oh, it's been
Got us
bad.
just in tears. But yeah, this is not a Steelers or a football podcast. But hey, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk ball when we can. But boys, like I stated earlier, today's a little different. We're kind of competing with one another. We're going to be doing a 2026 video game draft. We're going to go through the list. The style of the rules are we're going to go Dave, Nick, myself. And then as we continue on, I'm trying to, sorry guys, I was trying to pull up my notes. Yeah, we have 6 regular picks. What those regular picks are is like any games that are coming out in 2026 are up for grabs. And then after we do those 6 picks, we'll jump into 4 new franchise picks, which again, these are new franchises, are not established IP, and they have to be one of those. And then we go into an expansion pick. It's kind of self-explanatory. Expansions to new existing game, not new games, excuse me. Well, I guess yeah, kind of new games too, but existing games, expansions. So anything like Diablo 4, World of Warcraft, stuff like that. And then we do a flex pick, which is basically remakes, remasters, director's cuts, anything kind of falls in that. And then we will round out our picks with a counter pick, and that counter pick is basically if Nick chooses a game that I think might fail in its Metacritic score, I'm gonna pick it, and then we'll, and then if it is a success, that's gonna smack me in the mouth and ruin my score. And if it's great for Nick. So, but I love the idea of the counter pick, boys. And before we get started, how y'all feeling about the draft? How you feeling about the rules? We'll start with you, Dave.
Well, I'm excited because obviously we know the main titles that we all love are going to go quick, but then I'm kind of excited to get into some of these later rounds because it'll give us a chance to learn about some of these games if we don't know about them, and then I'm putting them on the calendar to make sure I get some play time with them. So this will be a fun game to really expand our gaming knowledge, our gaming experience.
Well, yeah, I think it's great to play off of kind of what we discussed during the campfire special. It's, like you said, I only played really 5 games hands on being a new dad. And it's, we were all talking with our lives, how busy we get. It's going to almost not, I don't want to say force, but kind of encourage us to get our hands on more things. And not only that, things that maybe we won't play, but we're still going to pay attention to because I'm like, hey, I picked that game. I don't know if I really want to play it because we really can't play everything, but we're damn sure going to try. But the best part is we're definitely going to make sure we're paying attention to the news a little bit more closely, especially those. And then Metacritic scores. I rarely look at Metacritic scores, but now I'm actually going to pay attention, see where, what all these main video game journalists stuff are giving certain games. And what I really wanted to do prior to this draft, just full transparency, boys, was do a little bit more research. But as we know, life got in the way. But hey, we're going to do a little trial by fire and get this thing done today. Nick, how you feeling?
Dude, I'm feeling good. You both kind of hit it on the head. Something that I love about fantasy things is I did one for the NFL a while ago. And, like I said, there was at a time when I wasn't keeping up with it. And what it did was really like you pay attention more to it. You watch different players, but in this sense, we'll be watching different games. And it just, like you said, it makes you more involved throughout the year. So I'm really looking forward to having something to where I'm hyped up. I'm hoping the game that I picked does turn out really good. And it might be a game that would have completely been off my radar if we didn't do something like this. And it's going to lead to some, I think, really cool discussions throughout this year as these games start dropping. Not only are we going to be able to play them, talk about them, review them, but then we can always circle back to this and check on our progress. Where are we at? How did that game perform?
And that's a perfect segue into what we're kind of discussing with all this. What we really want to do as we continue to grow this channel and grow this podcast is we will, as Nick stated, do reviews and talk about these games and divide and conquer a bit because some things pique my interest. I know these two will never touch, but then they might hear a review and be like, hey, maybe I'll try it. When we did our campfire special, Nick and I talking about how deep Expedition 33 can really be, really motivated Dave that he actually wanted to go back and finish playing it. So those are the kind of things we want to aspire, with all the crazy daily grind going on, still making time for those great, awesome gaming experiences that we still remember as kids. When we go back to our first episode, talk about our goats, and that's what it's all about, like the crazy thing to think about is a game this year that comes out could be someone's goat that they one day discuss the way we discussed about ours. So that's why that's why we love games and we love talking about them. And we really, truly do appreciate everyone that's been watching and the comments we're getting on some of our shorts. We appreciate you guys. We're just, we're out there, we're paying attention, and we want to engage with y'all. And y'all, like I said, light us up a little bit after our picks. Let me know what we did wrong, what you guys think we should have did better. But hey, we're learning with y'all, and we just appreciate y'all being on the ride with us. So, without further ado, I do ask for patience. All three of us are first time using this platform for the picks, doing this draft, anything like this. So, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen, and let me know, boys. I think we're in good shape. Everyone can kind of see everything.
Looks good.
Yep.
As you guys can see right here, our draft will start with Dave going to Nick, then me, then back to Dave, and we'll continue through that order as we do our picks. So, everyone, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start drafting. Once you start drafting, you can no longer add or remove players. So, boys, unless we get a fourth host, we're ready to start. The draft is currently in progress, Dave. It is on you to make the first pick.
Well, I think everyone knows where this one would go, but obviously it's a bit of a risk because Grand Theft Auto 6 dropping at the end of November. They've done nothing but push it back. I saw a recent article talking about an issue. I got to read further into it, but there's an issue with a bunch of people got fired for something with trying to form a union of workers, and a bunch of them got let go. So there's a little bit of a shakeup going on at Rockstar right now, but they've already pushed it back enough that I think it's going to come out in November. At least I hope it is. So I won't be able to sleep tonight unless I get that locked in on my team. First pick, Grand Theft Auto 6.
Awesome pick. Now, again, boys, I ask for your patience. I'm trying to figure out how I
think, Dave, you need to be. You have to have this pulled up, brother.
I've got it. Let me go in.
See if you can do it on your end.
Yeah.
Is draft game for next player? You can cut. You know what? Let's leave this in so the guys know we're trying to learn as we go.
Yeah, because another thing, Stan, that I wonder is if when you roll up a little bit, press where slot view mode. You see that?
Where?
Press draft order.
I got it.
Oh, nice. He's locked in. Okay.
He's locked in, baby. So pick one for Dave is Grand Theft Auto 6. Nice. So, boys, let me make sure that this. Do you see me doing anything else, or you just continue to see the draft?
Oh, I just pushed the date back.
Right after the tick.
I got Twitter open, and could you imagine?
All right. Well, so this is going to kind of change my game plans a little bit, I think, because this game I thought would have gone. You know what? No, I'm gonna stick to my guns here. I tell you my first pick, and it's something that when we decided to do this, I started really looking at new games coming out, and I'm going with a little known game. If you scroll down to mine,
I apologize. I'm trying to make sure I can pick on mine when it's my turn.
But I'm gonna go ahead and go with
Phantom Blade Zero.
I can tell you. So the reason I'm picking this, right? This studio, I don't think has dropped anything that is memorable so far, but you go and look at this game. the combat looks fucking fantastic. It's not really a Souls-like. It plays third person. They have taken, I think it started development in 2022.
Yeah,
They implemented a lot of martial arts, the sword play, all the fighting looks cool, the abilities look really cool. They have like screened faces for the actors. Like it's like I almost feel like this has the potential to be huge because while it might not have the hype as so many other games, I think
yeah.
once people start playing it and talking,
Mhm.
it's gonna get out there. I mean, it reminds me a little bit of like Wukong, except Wukong had a lot of hype, but I think people are gonna play it. They have a great backline story. I'm really excited for it. It might be detrimental to me to pick this first one, but I want this on my list. I'm excited about this one, and I hope it scores high.
Hey man, I think it's a great pick, and I agree with you. Everything I've seen from Phantom Blade Zero looks pretty sick. And jumping back to Dave as well, I mean, Grand Theft Auto 6, if it comes out, I mean, it's gonna be a zeitgeist changer. It's gonna be a banger. I don't, you know what I mean? But that's the risk you're rolling with too, Dave. And I gotta say, boys, both your picks, risky, risk reward, and I'm loving it.
Mhm.
I do want to say, guys, I have figured it out, so I won't be jumping all around, making everyone nauseous with the movement of the scrolling up and down. I figured out how the draft works, so we're all
Okay.
good to go, boys. So Dave, anything on Phantom Blade Zero you want to jump into, or
I think
first
it's a good
kind
pick. I don't know if it's a gameplay trailer or just a gameplay footage, but I saw the combat and it I was like, wow, that does look like a lot of fun. And like Nick had said, this forced us to go in, look at all these games that we haven't even heard of before because really this year there's a lot of big noise going on. But then I
of?
think we're going to see some of these sleepers, like you said, Nick. They're going to sneak in there. Like I just think it's going to be a huge year for games
Yeah.
if all these come out, or even
Yeah,
if 75% of them come out, it'll be huge. You know.
yeah, you're looking at an awesome year in gaming, and so for me,
You dirty
for
boy. I
my
know what you're
first
gonna pick.
pick of the 2026 draft, this game I saw, and at first I was like, it's been a long time since I've dabbled in this franchise, and the
I
last
knew
time
it.
I did dabble in this franchise was when my boy Leon Kennedy rolled into Resident Evil 4, and it was one of my favorite games I've ever played. It was for me, and Nick knows this well, Dave. I am not not the horror guy. I'm such a wimp. But something about Resident Evil 4 really just rang true. And as soon as I saw in the Game Awards that my boy Leon's making his comeback,
Mhm.
I had no choice and I have to do it. My first pick of the 2026 draft will be Resident Evil Requiem.
It's a huge pick right now. A lot of people are fucking hyped about that game. That's probably I was going to do it, but I was like, I fucking
And I
my
think
only reason I didn't, and my true thoughts is I it's not I, I didn't like Resident Evil Village. I haven't even really looked at a lot of footage of it, so I don't know if it's following more of that or if it's following the old school play style.
it's old school play style like Resident Evil
It's gonna
4.
be fucking huge. Yeah, it's a good pick.
But here's the catcher, though. There's two protagonists. So Leon is your traditional, the action-packed kind of Resident Evil 4, 5, 6, maybe not 5, but 5. The Resident Evil
Yeah,
4 and
yeah.
6 kind of style. And I'm trying. I got to look up her name. I'm sorry. For sake of art, she's the female protagonist. That's going to be more of like the survival horror, sneaking around, kind of akin to the older games and stuff. So again, that sounds like it'll be fun, but that could make it a bust. But we'll see. And I think they do meet throughout the game, and maybe do combinations of stuff, kind of traditional to how Resident Evil 4 was. But like
Yeah,
I
you
said,
maybe
when they showed my boy, I was like, you know what, man? I think it's time for me to revisit it and revisit my. Yeah, 'cause Leon Kennedy is one of the coolest guys in video games. He's just, the jacket, the hair, the pistol, like he's iconic, and
yeah.
I'm excited to jump back into that world, and I'm looking forward to that release. Dave, excited, guys. I'm trying to get this scroll down right.
One thing on
Dave, for
Resident
your
Evil.
pick for number two, I'm gonna pass it on to you, my friend.
Well, one thing I was going to mention Resident Evil, and I don't know if you guys might have already been aware of this, but I just saw this today that there's the showcase on Thursday. Resident Evil showcase where they're going to be probably doing nothing but talking about this game, and then it releases at the end of February, so I think this will be one that we probably all play. We're all itching
Yeah.
for something new. Start the year. This will be one of the first big titles of the year. But
Yeah, I'm actually very excited about it. And I would have told you when I first heard about it, I was like, yeah, another Resident Evil because they come out like crazy, but the remakes have been great. Again, I can't say that they've been great for me playing them from what I've heard other people's and reviews I've listened to. Everyone's seen Capcom's back for sure, and they are slinging some bangers. So I'm excited to see what they pull out here, and I'm really looking forward to it. And guys, this is a funny little callback to high school. I was part of the paper there at Flavanna County High School, and the first game, and we would me and my friend Jamie McLeod would do game reviews. And the first game review we did, and the only paper we published was Resident Evil 4.
oh wow,
And so it's a kind of a little full circle for my first draft pick to go Resident Evil. But
do you still
all
have
right.
that? Do you still have a copy of that
No, I
somewhere?
don't know, and I gotta try to see if I can find it anywhere. That'd be crazy. I
That would be
also think
awesome.
randomly we did Shadow the Hedgehog. Just to for I guess it must have come out, but those two games I remember, and what a great little talk about two items. I guess they both use handguns, so they kind of have some kind of thing in common, like Nick hunting a bobcat. But
Yeah.
all right, boys, here we go into round two. But real quick, Dave, before you make your pick, I just noticed that the round order kind of adjusted itself too. So we got reg picks, expansions and flex, more regs, and then we finished with new gaming franchises. I kind of like how Fan Critic kind of jumbled it up a little bit more. That's nice.
Yeah, I
So
like that
Yeah,
too.
yeah, it gives us a
cool,
little mix.
awesome. But yes, sir, you're round two.
All right, this one. I'm gonna go with Marvel's Wolverine because I got hyped from watching videos about this game. I think it. I mean, I'm hoping it could be up in that level with the Spider-Man uh, for PlayStation that just blew everyone away. And they're not. One detail I saw that's I think is important for why this game will succeed is the blood and the gore. It's not. It's not like what would you say? Like they're not sugarcoating anything. They're not. It's not like a Marvel for kids. It's like a Marvel for rated. I think it'll be rated M. It's going to be violent. And Wolverine was always one of my favorite characters as a kid, dude. Those claws just tearing people up. I think it. I'm pumped to try it out and play it. And I think it's going to do well. I think it's going to give us or give me a lot of points on my team here. So I'm going to pick that one. I
Yeah,
got
that's a great pick, man. And as you're locking it in, I'll kind of touch on it. I agree with you. I think from obviously what you've seen in the trailer is hyper violent, which is I feel like it's a necessity for Wolverine. You got to lean into that hyper violence, almost like if you're making a Deadpool game, you got to lean into what makes that character special, what the fans love about that character. And I love a lot of the villains as well in Wolverine. Like I believe Omega Red makes an appearance in there. He's one of my favorite villains. Always thought he was a really cool character. And I don't know if you guys ever watched. Like, I love that Wolverine anime, Wolverine versus the Hulk, all those kind of animated series and stuff that came out. But yeah,
Hey,
what a great choice.
well, real quick, it's saying, did it go to a snake draft? Because now it's saying that you're next. It won't let me pick.
Oh, I'm next.
Yeah,
He knew the
Why
whole
did it?
time.
so you
No,
might
I
be.
did not. I did not know that. Let me change it. Let me see if I can
No,
do something different.
No, just go ahead.
Well,
no,
I can edit player draft or draft order.
whatever you think is better. I mean, I don't even care if one of you guys
No, because
Like,
I don't want you all to feel that way because I don't like that.
no, dude. I'm just joking. Go ahead. It doesn't
Are you
matter.
guys sure? Because that's gonna Nick, that's gonna tear your picks up. Let me
No, it's fine.
Yeah, I
um
don't.
I told
At
you I
all.
prefer the snake draft
all right.
because if not,
Well,
you're
for the
going to get
sake of
screwed.
you already saying it, Dave, I'm not going to pick Wolverine. That was my next pick.
Oh well, you can.
And you know what,
I
Nick?
don't
If you
care.
want to, Nick, because you're going to be next, go ahead and tell me what was going to be your two, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, I mean, yeah, then yeah, all right, then we'll just like
Yeah, we're
even.
playing fair. We're not going to do that to each other. We're doing this for fun, so I'm not going to sit there and. I did not think it was like that, boys. That's my mistake. I'm still learning. But yeah, go ahead and tell me your number two. I'll pick mine, and then you grab yours, and then we'll kind of continue from there.
All right, mine was going to be Forza Horizon 6. The reason
Okay.
for that is, look, last year it got a 92 on Metacritic, great
That's a great
score.
pick.
Yeah.
It has an
Easy point.
it's got an established fan base. People are going to get it. They're going to love it. It's already has, look, we're at the 6th installment. They already have the whole system down packed. They're just fine tuning. And you have a different kind of people that like these racing games. You know, it's not, in my opinion, I'm not a big fan of them, but you don't get the burnout that I feel like you do with Call of Duties and things like that, right? You're kind of, it's more of a personalized experience. You're trying to get a cool car. You have new content every year because there's new cars coming out, right? So I think Forza and those racing games that have been, really, that's the only big ticket racing game left as well. It doesn't have a whole lot of competition. So people that love that, it's gonna fall right in for them. And I think it's gonna score high this year again.
Mhm.
That's a great pick, and honestly, that wasn't going to be mine, but that's a brilliant one for you to choose. I just looked it up to make sure I was correct. Yeah, 5 million copies sold on PlayStation alone when it made the jump over after
Mm,
years of being out. I mean,
Wow.
you're going to get points. You're
yeah.
going to get
It's an
points.
easy it's an easy point pick.
Yeah, it's a damn good, it's easy point pick, but a damn good pick. Like, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like Dave stated, I mean, I think we all plan on playing it too. To try to get a taste for, especially because like Game Pass makes it a little bit easier for all of us to play it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Uh, Sorry, boys, my computer's getting a little jacked up. Just trying to do all this stuff when I was trying to change the order back. Give me one bit. Okay. Uh, all right, boys. Well, since I tricked both of you into the snake draft, I'm just kidding. For my number, excuse me, boys. I'm a mess. Everyone's gonna yell at me on this thing. All of our fans are gonna just bash me and tell me I'm a cheater, but it's okay. It's okay. I know what I am. My number 2 pick is from PlayStation. It is the basically the successor to Returnal, and it's a game that when I first saw the first trailer for, I kind of was really all about it, and that was going to be Soros. Um, that it really kind of, something about the game kind of spoke to me. All right, 1 second, guys. Something's jacking up on my end. Can you guys talk about Soros real quick? Have you guys heard anything about that
Well,
while I kind of get this back going? Sorry
I
about
could
that.
tell you that was going to be one of my picks, but it was going to be for the new gaming
Mm.
franchise round
Oh.
That's actually
because
very smart, actually. I should
yeah,
have thought that one through.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
I was
that
gonna leave it for there because I saw the videos, I saw the gameplay. I was like, this is going to be great, and I was like, that would be such good points on a new gaming franchise. It looks really good. I think it's a great pick. Um, oh, you can do that. I didn't know you could go out of order.
I did not know that either. We'll see. We're learning throughout this. So I guess when you make a pick, it'll fill in one of those roles, which is
Huh.
actually kind of good though, because now you can't fill those regs with something like that. Oh,
Right.
that's interesting. Then
Okay,
that kind of
that
messed up my
changes
game
things.
plan. No, that messed up my game plan because I had other things
Yeah.
slotted for those.
Well,
Well, we're learning, boys. Yeah, go ahead and click both your your second round picks, Dave, Nick, and then we'll jump into round 3.
show me. Oh no, it's showing Nick's up
Yes,
now.
Nick will pick his Forza, and then
Okay.
Dave, you'll go ahead and grab your number 2. Well, yeah, I guess your number 2 and 3 then. Oh, you already said your 2, which was Wolverine. Which, damn, those are 2 big ones too. You got 2 solid games on there.
I got Wolverine. So now
All right.
I'm back up again.
Yes, sir. Now you're doing your expansion pick and pick number 3.
So we don't have to go. Or doesn't or
No,
should I do
you
an expansion next?
you
It
could do
seems like it
you
doesn't matter. It seems you
yeah,
can
you could
pick
do
what you
whatever
want to
you
pick.
want, dude. And
Yeah,
I
so
actually kind
I
of
kind
like
of
that.
like that too in a way. Kind of pick what we want to pick, but now we just got to
Yeah.
keep in our heads that we need to leave room for those things. So that's awesome. Okay. Again, everybody, we thank you. Thank y'all for your patience. We're learning as we're going.
Hmm. I might jump to a flex. Can you explain? Because people listening as well might wonder what is the flex category have to. What is the
Any
So for the flex
reimaginings or remake?
category, everybody, your options are director's cut, a partial remake, or a reimagining.
Okay.
So, for example, Halo Combat Evolved falls under remake.
Campaign evolved. Correction.
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said you said the normal
Oh,
name.
I said Combat
You guys
Evolved.
keep going. I'll be right. You all keep going discussing.
Okay.
Yeah, I might jump to an expansion. Let me think here. Yeah, I think I'll. I think I'll pick up Halo. Is that my final answer? I don't know.
It's tough now that you can kind of flop around.
Yeah, I think. Wait, now Halo's not showing up on here for me.
Or you have to click the expansion tab at the top. EXP. Or
Yeah, if you go
flex, I mean flex.
yeah.
Oh yeah. My bad. I was clicking the wrong. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna lock in. I'm gonna take Halo Campaign Evolved for flex because they've already. I mean, they've remade Halo 1 now. This will be the third attempt, and it's Unreal Engine 5. They're adding new missions. They're adding sprint. It's 4-player co-op. It's everything that Halo Infinite should have been, but we'll be playing on Halo 1 on the levels we know and love. So I think it's going to score pretty high. Let me lock it in here.
No, and I'm sure you boys were just discussing it, but yeah, I feel like that's a shoe in for some damn good points, especially because I'm excited about it. Especially you're giving us 3 new missions, getting back into that world with just updated graphics. It's cleaner. The 3 of us running legendary campaign. When we were talking about our goats back in episode 1, just that moment of being on the Pillar of Autumn and going
Yeah.
through that whole entire sequence to land on the ring. I just feel like that nostalgia blast in its own is something I'm really excited about, and I think it's going to ring true to a lot of gamers.
All
Nick,
right,
how
I
you
got.
feeling about that pick for him?
Oh, dude. If he didn't pick it out, I was gonna do it and steal it from under his wings. But no, dude, that's gonna be, and it's a good one. There is a potential it doesn't hit well if they go too far with what they do with it.
Yeah.
I think they really need to make sure that they are not taking away the original game that it was. You know what I mean? They need to deliver on it, and I hope they will, and I think they will. So I would have picked it. I could tell you that much. But
It,
here we go to mine, dude. This has changed my whole thought process of this draft, knowing that we can kind of pick and choose what comes up.
I'm
And
scrambling over here myself.
yeah, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and pick something here that I think will be really good. And that is going to be
Oh, you're
I'm
gonna
gonna
let us
go
see it
ahead
in
and
real time.
knock out my expansion as Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Ah,
Yeah. Because here's the thing, dude. Already super highly scored. People love the game. This is just going to add to it. CSR, I imagine it's going to be great. They have a great game down. I haven't played it, but now looking at all this, looking at the hype about it, I might pick it up. So I think it's going to be major points in a year that is kind of a little iffy when we start looking at the expansions that are slated. There was another one under my belt. I'll be curious to see who picks it because I'm sure one of us will. But it's also kind of a toss up on what happens with that. So yeah, that's my pick, man. I hope it does good, and this might end up leading me to play that game that I haven't played yet. So not only do I get the expansion, I get the full experience of the game.
I can't say too much to it except great pick. Never really got into the Hollow Knights, but again, everything I've heard from people from reviews and stuff, people adore it. It's a Metroidvania. It follows that same thing. I heard it's hard as hell to play. So I mean, not like it controls great. It's just a hard game to play. So that's be a nice challenge for you if you end up jumping into that bad boy. So going into me, I get like Nick just stated, I gotta rethink how I want to do things, and I was gonna save this one. And I'm a little hesitant even to grab it right now because I really don't feel like it's on either one of your radars. But
Hmm.
this game, I just got done and finished the demo for it. And I have to tell you, it hit the nostalgia thing. It is that game that is like, you sit there, it's a rainy day, you got a cup of coffee, it's just a cozy ass video game. And it is Dragon Age 7 reimagined. It
Mm.
is just it it just did something for me that let me
Dragon Quest.
yes, it's Dragon Quest 7 reimagined.
That is on my radar. That was my decision right there. Was do I go for my expansion or do I go for that flex pick?
And so I went ahead and putting it on my flex pick, as you guys can see in real time. This game, guys, it is your traditional turn-based combat, and Dragon Age has always like had a special place in my heart. I've always really liked those games, not as much as Final Fantasy, but this one really hit something in me that I haven't had in a while. And like last night's when I got it, when we kind of, you know, licking my wounds from the Steelers loss, I was like, oh, let me try the demo. And dude, it like I just cozied in on the couch, started playing it, got nice and like it was relaxing me, and I just crashed out a deep sleep after playing it for a little bit. The cool thing it takes from Metaphor ReFantazio, which is the most recent one that does this, is if you're strong enough and you attack something in the overworld, it'll kill it immediately, so you don't have to go into combat, which is nice. So you can kind of grind up some levels and gold and stuff like that. And the demo's decently long. I played it for about 3 hours before it finally kind of like stopped. And I'll be honest with you boys, I immediately pre-ordered to get the 2 days early access, all that good stuff, and this will be my holdover game that I'm extremely excited about until Resident Evil comes out later in that month. So it's just early release on February 2nd, I believe. So I cannot
All right.
wait. I'm very glad I was able to get that pick.
That's a good one, dude. I haven't played it yet. I know that you played a lot of them though, and you enjoyed the Dragon Quest, right?
Oh yeah, they're great
Yeah,
games, man. They're great
yeah,
games.
and they've been around forever, so I'm sure they're gonna fucking deliver on this one. I think that's a great pick.
I think you boys, if you like kind of in a lull right now for gaming, like I told you, 3 hours, it's free, it's a demo.
Hmm.
I know it's posted all over Xbox's splash page, and I just logged, what went on Netflix and stuff. So just something to maybe to jump into, quick download, see if you guys like it. Let me know what you think.
Yeah.
You're up again, homie.
Yeah, and I feel like this makes it even a little bit more difficult now too, because you're kind of in like I got to pick.
Going back to
As
that.
silly as that sounds, but I want to make a pick that I truly, and this is coming off of this game will be shown at the developer direct next week. And a game that was one of our goats, a game that I'm excited to see if they pull this bad boy off.
He's doing it.
And it's the game that the same individuals that are making for Forza Horizon 6 are making this game. And if they can take everything they've learned and if they really knock this thing out of the park and we see something special next week, I think I have a hell of a game. And so for my next pick, it'll be Fable.
I like.
Yeah.
I like it.
And
I'm surprised it survived that long. I've been like hovering over the mouse, thinking about it.
and again, I think it goes back. It could be a dangerous pick because we don't know what's going to be said. I feel like it once I heard it was announced at the developer direct, I kind of decided, I'm going to go ahead and roll with it.
Yeah.
But who knows what they say at that direct? Who knows what we see at that direct? But
Mm-hmm.
my heart, as cheesy as it sounds, boys, wants that game to be great, and me picking it as my number 4 pick is me willing that into existence.
I like it. All right,
All right,
gentlemen.
my brother. I know I've betrayed you into realizing that you're that you're on your 4th pick.
Such a turd.
But
No, it's all good, dude. So I got a good one, and I'm glad it survived this far. But I watched a little bit of the gameplay, and it is going to be, or the sorry, I said the trailer It's going to be Pragmata. And the reason for that,
That was-
I see both of you.
That was next for me.
It looks so good. It looks so good.
You know what it
All right.
reminds me of? It's
What's
fucking
up?
Last of Us in space, and people are gonna love it, and it's gonna blow up. You know what I mean? It's gonna
I
have a
was
great
thinking
story.
too, going back to N64, it's a version of Banjo Kazooie because
Yeah.
you got two characters. You know how you run around as a bear and you got the boat in your backpack. Now it's just you got this like little girl on your back that's like a psycho. It looks crazy.
It looks like it's
Dang.
going to be so good, man. I think they're gonna do real good with the story, the gameplay.
Damn it!
I'm excited to get that on my list, and I'm
I
so
wanted
glad it
that one.
survived. But like I said, dude, it's tough now because we're trying to get those good picks in when we can get them, and ultimately every time, even though I got this one right here, I just sacrificed. I bet you 2 good
I'll tell
games.
you this though, dude. You might have sacrificed some good picks, but what I think you did right there was you solidified what I think are going to be the hardest picks or new gaming franchises.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's why I went for it because look at this. Both of you have already secured your flexes. I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? When I saw the flexes gone,
Yeah.
now that's going to be I can wait till the very end to pick my flex because you guys won't pick another one. At least
Smart.
you may, but just looking at what is scheduled to be a flex, there's
Yeah.
not a whole lot of you guys got
Yeah,
probably the 2 best ones out there.
absolutely. No, that's a great, great, great pick, man. I think all of us sighed and groaned as you got it because we all wanted it. And again, I just know that that won't be my counter pick because I feel like that game's gonna really be great.
All right, Dave.
Um,
Yeah,
I'm
dude,
gonna go
going
for
through
one
them.
here. I gotta go back in. I'm gonna select 007 First Light. Um, what I saw of it looked pretty nice. It looks like those Hitman games. You walk in, James Bond's walking into a casino, and you don't know who's good, who's bad. You got to figure it out, and you go assassinate some guy in the closet, drag his body back there. But then it looks like there's also points of kind of running and gunning, get some good action scenes in there too. It looks like a really really fun game.
Nice pick. Nice
That's a
pick.
good pick.
I think it'll score high. 007. That's
People are waiting for it to come back, dude. Shit. 007's been it was like one of the first greatest games of all time, GoldenEye. So
yeah.
you already
And
got
the
those
guys
people
making
that
the
are
Hitman games know what the hell they're doing. So yeah, I think
yeah,
we're
those
in
are
for
all
a treat.
fantastic. You got another
Yeah.
pick, David, under your belt.
Yeah, I might. Because a lot of Pragmata was going to be that was that was my new game choice. But I know we need 4 new games, so I'm looking at some of these right now, and I can't even recall if I saw footage of a lot of these. Like Chris had talked about during the intro. Not only do we have limited time to game, we even have less time to do our research.
Yep.
Yeah.
Some of these newer titles, I might have watched videos on, might have seen some articles, but I'm gonna stick
We're
with
in
the
a little
regular category. And let's see where to go. Oh no, there it goes.
What's he gonna do, boys?
what's he
And you
gonna
guys,
do?
you guys know what I'm doing. Just like Halo, this is a series. This is a IP that took a dip the past few launches, and I think they're going to come back with a vengeance. I'm talking about how Gears of War 4, Gears of War 5 didn't really hit. Now we're coming back. Gears of War Edo. We're going to see what it's like when the locusts invade. I think it's going to be pretty dark and gritty. We're going to see a lot of civilian casualties right off the bat.
Bobcats.
Yeah,
Bobcats right off the bat.
Bobcat.
I think you're right. I think that's a
Locked in.
great pick. Everyone's hungry for the boys. They
And I
want the
think
boys back.
I think it can't. I think it's coming out. I think it can't flop. It's going to be a question of is it in the 80? Is it a high 80? Is it a low 90? We'll see. I mean, maybe it could perform badly. It'd be a low 80 or high 70, but I've got hopes.
I think you're at least gonna get an 80 or above with that pick. I think it's a great pick. Nick, no, nothing on Gears of War. You too focused on your own draft, you little schemer.
Dude, I'm fucking
No.
scheming hard over here. No, dude, I think it's a great pick, and I think you're right, though. I mean, it is definitely the potential to be major or to bite you in the ass potentially.
Mhm.
I'm hoping, of course, it's the prior to that, that it is just a fantastic game. And if it is, it's going to be major points on the board.
Absolutely.
Let's hope.
Now let's
Well,
see where your attention really was. What's your
Well,
next pick?
my attention was at
Let's see
little
if you
something
break that heart.
called Dusk Bloods on the new
Oh,
gaming franchises, which is, as we all know, a From Software game. All right, it's going to release on Nintendo Switch 2, which is fine. We have people that are playing that, but it will
yeah,
make its way to the other consoles. And if you just look at the artwork and a little bit that we've seen of it, you have the From Software guys. I mean, look, Elden Ring got fucking game of the year and all these numbers. If they deliver this right, this is the potential to be high
yeah.
90s all day.
I agree, and I heard also that it's almost like an extraction shooter. So mixing, I don't know where I heard that from. Being honest, I might be talking out of my ass, but imagine that, like running off the hype of Arc Raiders, going to a FromSoft game into a sorry boys, I just got a notification my laptop's battery's low. Give me 1 second. You
No,
guys
no
keep
worries.
going.
Yeah, so yeah, and he is right. And that's what's I think is going to be cool to see how they handle this. But this could be, like I said, the next big. It's not an Elden Ring, but it's those same developers. They know how to make games. They have the cool artwork, they have the great gameplay, and you put in a dark fantasy where you're going to be able to do PvP versus PvE, and you make that something that people really, really enjoy. Um, this has the potential to start a whole new series as well. I think as new gaming franchises go, this is it's out there for From Software, but I think that they have the potential to really deliver on it, and I think it's going to be different than what we think most of those extraction shooters are.
No, absolutely, I agree with you. And as I'm getting stuff fixed here, boys, go ahead if you guys don't mind, because like we said, life happens. Trying to get this to work. Kind of talk about the picks we've done so far. How you guys are feeling so far through the draft.
Yeah. Yeah, how are we feeling?
I'm
I
feeling good. I'm
I'm
feeling
going I'm going main title. My team's I should be team main mainline. Well, I guess 007 but I look at that GTA, Gears of War, and Halo. I've got I mean, that just shows what I kind of gravitated my picks towards what I like, but I've got some different ones coming up too.
Yeah, I mean,
You're
I'm feeling good. I just my issue, and I think you're playing it smart too. And we'll see where Stan's head's at when he comes back with his two picks. But you know, eh, my views is I'm hoping, and my strategy is that some of these kind of out there titles, these newer titles, pop off and do big numbers, and it might be the wrong move though. I mean, you having those three major titles could very easily win it for you because they're just the hype of them alone is going to draw people in and get them to play, and the nostalgia factor of Halo I think is going to boost its score. The nostalgia factor of Gears of War and where it's set before the timeline, like we talked about, is going to boost its score just for story aspect, even if the gameplay is not fantastic, but I'm sure it will be. And then Grand Theft Auto. I mean, I don't think I've ever played. I really started getting into it in San Andreas, and I've played them all since. I don't think I've played one Grand Theft Auto where I didn't one beat the full campaign, and then when it's available, jump into the online and play like that a little bit too.
yeah,
So
bro.
I think
Rockstar,
there's a lot.
you can Rockstar games. I mean, but what is it? It's like the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Like we used to also talk about Halo, like they could never mess up. We used to also talk
Right.
about, like a Gears of War. Gears of War didn't really mess up, but they haven't been as popular lately. You could go on and on and on. Call of Duty, Battlefield, they've all had their time in the sun, and then they've taken a dip. So I'm worried. What if GTA 6 is Rockstar's big dip and it just doesn't hit like it's supposed to? Remember Cyberpunk? How
Yeah.
hyped everyone was for that, and then it drops and it was like unplayable. I don't see that happening with Rockstar. With how much money they made from GTA 5, they better get it right.
Yeah.
But it could happen, dude.
Yeah, and I think you're right. Like, there's always that kind of little worry because you've seen it with so many games, right? Like, especially Grand Theft Auto 6. Why I stayed away from it is it's such a big game, and there's two parts to it. Do they push back the date because they're not ready,
Yeah.
or well, there's three parts. The first part, obviously, is they release the game and it's fucking awesome. Now, if it fails, there's two reasons it'll fail. They push it back too much and people just get frustrated with it because they've already pushed it back, or they release it in a super buggy state like they did Cyberpunk. People play it, they get pissed off, and then they don't pick it up for another year or two when it's on sale because look at just the list of games that are coming out. People are going to play other stuff. It's not like it's the only thing dropping this year.
Yeah. It'll be interesting, dude. It's a long ways away. They could tweet something out 6 months from now and say it's delayed. Like it's a gamble, but it'll be a big payoff if it works.
After being jumbled up and attacked by bobcats, Nick, they got over here up to my
Perfect.
side of town. What we're looking for now is what would be my solid pick here, right? What I'm looking at, and basing kind of off what you were saying, Nick, do I start hitting those new gaming franchises? Do I stick to the expansions? I already got my flex pick solid. So I'm going to go with a game I believe is going to be massive. And from everything I've seen from it, I'm really, truly excited about it. And that game will be Blood of the Dawnwalker. So yeah, these are the guys that basically left the CD Projekt Red, The Witcher studio, and went to make their own thing. Everything I've seen from this game looks amazing. It sorry about that, boys. It kind of shows everything what I want in a game. It looks sick. That third person view. There we go. We got everything rocking and rolling now. And yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen anything on this. It's basically
I have
a
not.
vampire game. You kind of lean into both humanity and your vampiric powers. Only thing that's kind of makes me nervous, but it kind of invokes the Majora's Mask. I believe you have like 30 days to complete the game, 30 in-game days. So that's kind of like a nice little twist that might piss people off or get everyone a little bit more excited. So we'll see how that all plays out. But yeah, Blood of the Dawnwalker will be my next pick. How are you guys feeling about that?
I haven't
Any
seen it
of
yet, but from what you explained, I mean, it sounds good. I think that's a solid pick, man.
Yeah, I think I saw some stuff on that one. You had mentioned it. It's like timed missions, right? Like you have a
I believe the whole main mission itself is timed. What I assume is like the gimmick is like you have to finish it before your vampiric side completely takes over is maybe what the gimmick will be, but I just think like you got a Witcher world.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you guys played it, but Witcher 3 was an amazing game. Absolutely amazing. I adored it, every bit of it. So jumping in with that with the that vampire aesthetic, like the Castlevania vibe and stuff, where it's like that gothic vibe. I'm really excited about it. I think it'll be pretty sick.
Yeah. No, dude,
Damn.
Witcher's so much fun. That's a great pick.
And now, going from that pick, my next one will be, sorry, my dogs are barking. I don't know if you guys can hear that on your end. This one's solely gonna be, I'm shooting for some points. And it's a new gaming franchise that looked pretty sick to me. I think it'll be great. And that'll be, I don't know if you guys have seen it, it's kind of trying to be everything all at the same time, and that is Crimson Desert.
Oh, I was gonna grab that.
Good pick.
Yeah, same thing. Everything I've seen about it's that third person action
Mhm.
game where you're doing everything and everything under the suns. First it was gonna be MMORPG, but then they adjust to a single player action RPG experience. So I'm truly really excited to see how this one all pans out. It could be a massive amount of points if it lives up to all the hype that it's built up for itself, or I could be drowning in some not so good moment for myself. But we shall see. So yeah, going back up
But
to you, Nick.
well, Crimson
You're
Desert,
jumping
that
in.
that
Oh, I'm
was you
sorry about
said
that. Yeah, you guys give me your thoughts on Crimson Desert. My
that
bad.
is an MMORPG. I mean, that's out now, right? So they're releasing a new one that's going to be solely single player.
No, Black Desert. You're
Okay,
correct though,
yeah.
but yeah, that game is already out, and
That's what I was thinking. Okay. Well, cool. No, dude, I haven't heard about that one. I'm gonna look it up after we get done with the draft. I'm excited.
I think you guys look up both that and Blood of the Dawnwalker. I think you guys will get a little excited about both of those. It's funny between that and Fable. Basically, my last three picks have all been third person action RPGs and that kind of all cut from the same cloth. So you kind of see where my gaming tendencies lean towards.
I it looks pretty awesome in the trailer I watched. Like at one point, he's riding a wolf around, and it looks like some dragon combat too. Like it's just
Yeah.
a mix of exciting things, and I want to try to play that. Isn't it? It drops pretty soon, doesn't it?
Again, we were talking about research. Um, Let me
March
see.
9th.
I think it's TBD right now, and I know it's supposed to come out this year, so that could also be a problem if it
Oh,
doesn't end up dropping. Let's see.
on the
Oh, and actually, I'm a liar. March 19th. March
yeah,
19th. Okay, beautiful. So we'll be looking out for that. And
yeah,
again, like I said, to your point, Dave, it is trying to be so many things, and that could be to its own detriment right there. You know what I mean? Like if
right.
is like the combat really great, but the story's trash and the dragon writing's dumb? And is it like, cause I don't know if you guys played Doom, the Dark Ages, but I felt like some of that game, like the kaiju thing was cool, like jumping into the mech suits, but I feel like it was just an add-on and was kind of pointless and kind of also, if this exists, why am I on the floor shooting people? Can I just run through this whole entire world as a kaiju and destroy everything? But we'll see
Yeah.
though. We'll see how it all plays out. I'm really hoping, and I really have high hopes for it, and I'm just really excited to play that game.
All righty. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and go into my next pick, which will be a regular. So I'm gonna go ahead and secure today on the 13th of January at 9:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Control Resonant.
Okay.
The
All
reason
right.
for that is I looked at this game and there's a couple things that gives me the warm and fuzzy, and I'm actually probably gonna play the prequel now, but it was 2019 Game of the Year, Control, and it wasn't even on my radar. Um, I could tell you when I started looking at it, it looks really interesting. You're kind of the combat looks cool, the art looks really cool. Um, in terms of points too, if we're gonna, a little bit of this is for points, of course, on this one. Um, I think they have a solid fan base from a lot of the hype I was reading in comments when I was watching the trailers and the gameplay. But um, people really enjoyed it. I think I'll play it, and I think they're going to do everything right on repolishing it. The art style was already kind of cool and out there. It's like a paranatural, supernatural type looking game, and now it's going to be in this new engine. It's following a story of the protagonist from the first one. You're now the younger brother, which I think is going to be more relatable to more characters. And I think it's going to be something that kind of comes out and follows up a sequel that maybe a lot of people are looking for, and
Mhm.
something that I'm excited to play it. I'm going to hop into it as well. I think it's going to be one of those good, real story driven first person games, or it's third person, but those story driven single player games where like you get a lot out of it. You have some nice combat, a really good story, and probably a good follow up to the prequel. So I'm gonna go ahead and secure that as a regular pick.
Great pick. I've heard, like I said, I've heard nothing but. Well, that's actually a lie. I haven't really heard too much about Control, but I saw that
Mhm.
their like whole thing at the Game Awards was pretty crazy to see, and everyone, like the reaction alone was insane. So
Mm-hmm.
I would say, yeah, probably a great pick. But now, does it have a release date?
It is. It's a good question. It says it's due out. So I think that's one that might bite me in the ass, but I think if it does drop, it'll be good.
Okay, yeah. So
Estimated. So that's a shot in the dark, but I want to get it on there.
that's interesting for me when it comes to a certain pick we have. Okay. So Dave, after running the gambit of the traditional Gears, Halo, and Grand Theft Auto, what are we feeling now for your next two picks?
I've got to branch out a little bit. This is one I was looking at. Have you guys ever played the game? Did you ever play It Takes Two?
Yeah.
Well, this one looks pretty similar. And it's called Reanimal.
Okay. I've heard good things about this too.
I'm gonna draft it. I was looking at it. It looks like this is one of those you might you grab an extra controller for the lady, right? You can play this with your wife on a very cheap date night. Order some food, fire up this game. I don't know how long it would take to beat, but it's two players. You could play it by yourself, but then it's just some AI controlling it. So it's one of those games you really want to have someone to play with. And I don't think it would be one of those that maybe we would go for. Like, I don't know if I would hit up Nick and be like, we got to play this tonight, but I think it's going to be one of those you keep in the back pocket of, hey, let's try this out. See if my wife wants to play. But it's a horror game. It looks dark. Two little characters sneaking through different areas, and just like It Takes Two, it looks pretty similar, where you gotta work together to solve puzzles or get through certain obstacles. You can't just run through by yourself. You both need to fulfill certain roles. So I think it's gonna be pretty fun. It looks cool. It looks well made. And we'll see. Hopefully we can play that one this year and talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, I was just looking it up. It does. It kind of inspires that Tim Burton-esque look to it. Really creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, like it is. That'll be interesting to try out. I
It
gotta
was too
jump.
scary for me, boys, so I'll need y'all to report back to me how it is.
Yeah, it's like that's what I was gonna say. It'd be perfect to play with like one of the kids too, but I don't know if it might be too scary. We have to wait for Jackson to get, obviously all the toddlers they have no business. But I was thinking for Jackson, I it could be he could be a little too young yet. I think that'd be a scary game for him.
Yeah, it's definitely. I think that's a great pick, especially like there's a lot of gamers that do want to hop into something with the wife and things like that, and especially if it's nice, it's a little bit of a darker tone. I think you got to get the best of both worlds. You get probably some pretty cool gameplay, but um, I'm anxious to see it come out and see how it does.
Yeah, I gotta say, everything I've seen on it, like I said, looks cool. It kind of inspires that old horror mentality, but I think it's a great pick. And if anything, like you said, It Takes Two is anything to play off. It won Game of the year, if I remember correctly.
Mm.
And Split Fiction got a bunch of great reviews too. And if it's cut from like kind of that same elk, then I think you're in for good points right there. So, what's your next? What are we thinking for our next pick, Dave?
Well, as we talked about, actually, as people saw on the last episode, we're all up at Nick's house, hanging out. And one of the days we were there, we were having just kind of a lazy day, chilling at the house. We made some food, and Nick fired up Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. And he was sitting there. He was sitting playing with his son, and I hadn't seen those games in a while, and I was really impressed with what Lego has been doing with these games. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this Lego Batman coming out. I don't know, maybe if it's on Game Pass for free or something, I hop in and try it out. If it's co-op, maybe we can all have a little fun with it. Obviously, it's not our usual cup of tea. If we're gonna hop on a game late night, it's maybe something a little more hardcore than the Lego franchise. But this will be perfect for you to try out this year, Nick. Download it, play with your son. Batman game, and you think back to all those I'm thinking about our version that we would want to play, the Arkham series. Those were phenomenal. I loved playing those games. So if it's kind of a blend, you got the Lego universe with a little Arkham City vibe to it. Plus all the Lego games score pretty high, so I think it's to me this is kind of just a safe pick. In the should be in the higher point range. I don't think Lego would really flop a game, but who knows?
Well, I don't know. Have you seen any of the trailers on it or anything by chance?
I didn't. That's one I didn't do any research on because I just I looked at the name and I was like, well, we kind of know what you're getting.
Yeah.
So what I'll
Goofy.
tell you is you're right on the money. It's kind of like Arkham Light. Like the combat's more akin to that than a Lego game.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I think you just scooted into some damn good points right there. So great pick.
So
And
you'd
that was
be.
on my list as well. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was literally most
Like I
likely
said,
going to be my next one.
with so many games coming out this year, it's not going to be my top priority. But if there's a gap in the season and we're all like, what the hell, and um, I don't know, we'll see.
also, I don't know if we'll have gaps in the sea. I'm looking at these lists and these
I
release dates.
know.
I think we're gonna be fighting for our lives out here, but it's gonna be
Yeah.
a fun time. Nick, we snuggled right there in the middle. What's next?
Yeah, and I'm gonna pick this. I could tell you boys, and I don't know about y'all, but I am running out of my major picks here, right?
Mm.
You guys have picked some good ones between both of you and a lot that were on my list. So this next one, uh, it's really not on its surface a game for me, but it could be Mina the Hollower because I think as it's not a game for me, I think it's gonna resonate with a lot of gamers. The whole playing as a cat thing, whatever. Some people like that shit. I'm not a big fan of it, but if you look at the gameplay, it's it's like Legend of Zelda-esque, right? And everybody loves that type of game, right? It's gonna get you some nostalgia of that. If they do it right, it'll be good. And with it being a pixelated game like that, I don't see them pushing back a date. I see it dropping in 2026. If anything stops it, it will be something coinciding with the date, but it will not be due to, I think, bugginess or glitchiness with something that's pixelated. I think that's a pretty easy drop for a developer.
And I will tell you
Mm.
this issue with that game. Well, here's the two. Let's touch to the positive point. The positive point, it's the same group that made Shovel Knight, and that game was adored by a lot of people. But this game has continuously have the reputation of being pushed back, and at the point now where it's like, hey, basically shit or get off the pot at this point. So I'm hoping for you, honestly.
I'm hoping they
I
take a
know.
big shit in 2026.
Hope they finally just commit. You know what I mean? Like, who cares at this point? But no, I hope for you. I am concerned that they will. I don't know why though. I mean, it's not like you said, it's not like this high tech game from what we see. Again, I'm kind of speaking from layman's terms. I've never developed a game before, but from what I can understand and see, um, it just seems that's what I think.
Yeah.
But again, to your point, I really hope it does release, and you get some. I think if it does release, you're looking at probably a guaranteed 85 points. I mean, 85 on Metacritic, I think, and maybe higher. So
Yeah, because I'm seeing now, and as you can see, my extensive research after my workday in the playoff game is I saw its release trailer was in 2024.
yes,
Mm.
yeah,
Very good. Okay,
initially announced in 2020, no, 2022, I believe. So,
perfect.
yeah, they have, yeah.
Well, let's hope that's been
All
enough time
right,
for them to
boys.
drop this year.
So the next pick from me, at first when I heard about this game and saw this game, I was like, I'm not really interested. But then a game came along and introduced me to a genre, extraction shooters, and that was Arc Raiders, and I
Mm.
fell in love with it. And a certain group that, yeah, they fall on some hard times, but there's one thing they're damn good for, and that is gunplay and gameplay. and that's Bungie. So with my love of Arc Raiders and Bungie, my next pick is going to be Marathon. I would not have thought I would have been excited about this or thought about this game, but like I said, I fell in love with the franchise, and I would love, and I'm excited at the idea to play Bungie-esque game, that style with the same with the I cannot find it on here. When you guys steal it while I wasn't paying attention?
No, it's on regular.
Reg? Oh, okay. That's weird. I feel like that's a
Stan's
new
like,
gaming
fuck.
franchise. Well, I feel like that kind of messed me up too, because I thought that was a new gaming franchise technically. Um, but yeah, how you guys feel about Marathon? What was like your initial thoughts of it and everything like that while I'm sitting there dying for my life looking for it?
I haven't heard a lot about it, but from what you said, Bungie, it's extraction shooter. I mean, shit, if I knew about that, I'd pick it up because if if you're right, I mean, Bungie does do good with that. Let me see. Can I find it on here too? Um, I'm gonna do some research on this game because it wasn't even really on my radar.
Well, it's gonna be on all three of them. We're all hopping in on that together. First person shooter,
Yeah.
first person extraction shooter in the style of Bungie, and like it's kind of cool too. It's not like you're like in Arc Raiders we're all just raiders. Apparently in this one, like you get like powers and abilities, and then they also took from it like you don't have powers and abilities if you decide to do it like their version of a free loadout. So you get free
Okay.
loadouts as well. But yeah, but then there's a penalty. Like just like it is in Arc Raiders, you get crappy guns and not a lot of space or the special slot where you can slide things in even if you die. So it's something
That's
like I said at first when I initially saw, I was like, I do not care about this at all. But now I'm like, I cannot wait for this thing to drop in March. I'm really excited about
okay. That's a good pick. It's a ballsy pick too because I see this is
it. Oh,
one of the most highly counterpicked games on here too. So that's either go big or go home. I like it.
yeah, I saw that, and what made me change my mind today was I saw like I don't know when this dropped. It might have been today or yesterday, but new gameplay and stuff like that, and everything just looks crisp and clean. I think people are really sleeping on it. And they were going to release in last September, but decided, there's some controversy with the art and everything. That's all been settled. I think we're gonna again. This was my risky pick.
Yeah.
But I'm a believer in it, and more than that, I'm excited to play it because I think they have a lot to basically tell Arc Raiders thank you, because I would
Yeah.
not have cared if it wasn't for Arc Raiders.
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right. What else you
How
got
you
cooked up
feeling,
over
Dave?
there?
You got any like were you ever, besides Halo, did you ever play the Destinies or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I, I dumped a lot of my life into Destiny. That was trying to think. That was pretty early in my time in the military, and there was a good group of guys. Shout out Ortiz. Nick knows him. We we were all in the barracks together playing a ton of Destiny. So anything Bungie. And that's the thing though with these studios is people leave, people come, people go. So I'm always going to play something that Bungie makes until they really disappoint us. But I hope it can live up to those. I mean, Halo, Destiny, is it going to be in that category? I hope so, because that would be an awesome game. But we'll have to see how it plays out.
Absolutely. Now my next pick is, again, it's estimated for 2026, so there's a chance it doesn't come out, which will be terrible for me. But I think this is a safe pick in the sense that it'll be for great points, and that is Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls.
Okay.
Fighting games usually, around these types from Guilty Gear, stuff like that, usually rank relatively high. Again, I'm a little bit of a layman when it comes to these fighting games, but I just feel like you have a anime style Marvel fighting game. You got yourself. If it releases, I think we're gonna get some good points in there, especially if everything's just right dressed with release, and there's no like big game breaking bugs or anything along those lines. So
No, I think that's a solid pick. Fighting games definitely have a big market, and like you said, if they release it right, it's just fucking points on the board. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm not a huge fan of fighting games, I will say, just personally. but I'm sure, like you said, that's the one that if it drops right, it's gonna hit major.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of fighting games myself because I'm not good at them. Like, I would like to be into them, but I just suck at them. So yeah, my
Yeah, that's
biggest
the
ones that we're good at were the wrestling games, like the WWE ones, but that's a
Mhm.
totally different animal in a lot of ways. But all right, Nick, I'm pretty sure those two games were not on your radar. So you're probably feeling pretty good about your next pick, you little dirty bastard. So what are
Well,
you
like I
thinking next?
said, man, I'm really kind of, at the um end of my line here. And the next one is really one of the last ones that I put on here that someone hasn't taken already. Yeah. So from this point out, it's going to be really just I'm going to be picking for um really points or if
Mm,
I've heard something about the game that I think was good as I go through this. My research has been exhausted, but my last pick that I've actually written down here is and again, this is an early to mid 2026, which makes me feel better about its release. But I'm gonna go ahead and secure the Vampire Crawlers. Looking at it, where are you gonna get that?
that's my next one. That's gonna be easy. I'm telling you, you got a 90s right there. You got a 90s.
Yeah,
I didn't think any of you guys have heard of it, so that was why I was saving it for my next pick.
Mm.
Damn it.
yeah. I looked at Vampire Survivor. It had an 86 on Metacritic, and when I watched the gameplay, I think it's kind of I want to say an out there game, but definitely a game that is very unique, and they've done it right with a prequel. So I think they're just gonna polish this up, and people are gonna fucking love it.
Yeah, they are. Good job. Great pick. I'm proud of you. That's a solid pick, and I'm glad that you had that. Damn, good job, man.
So,
Dave, you're next too, my friend. I, I mean, I agree with you. Like Vampire Survivors was like a phenomenon, and this one's kind of like answering the problem everyone had with like it's like I want to actually play it. And it's you're kind of in the same world, but it's almost turn-based card battle mixed in with
yeah,
this surviving the hordes. Like
yeah.
if they execute it and it's on the play, those games are so addicting, and people are gonna love them, and they're gonna get all the points in the world. So yeah, I think you did. That was an excellent, excellent pick. So Dave,
Ooh.
your turn, my friend.
I'm gonna go a little bit of a risk, but if it drops, I think it's gonna be some points. Well, hopefully. But this game was created by some of the creators of Need for Speed and Burnout. And I know we just talked with Forza about racing games is not usually what we go for, but I played a lot of Burnout in my younger years.
You look burnt out.
Yeah, that's most likely to be a burnout.
Oh, damn, that's actually a good pick. I know what you're picking.
But no, I mean, I'll cut to the chase. It's Star Wars Galactic Racer, and there's no date yet. I don't think there's a date for it. But just thinking back to those early memories of Burnout, did you guys ever play those games?
No, I've just never been. I've played some Need for is a Need for Speed Burnout? Is that what it is?
No, that was a separate. It
Because
was
I
a
know Need
separate.
for Speed had a couple crazy titles, but I've played Need for Speeds, but no, I've never played Burnout.
Burnout
Yeah,
was,
that's what I was gonna say, Dave. Yeah, when we grew up, yeah, Need for Speed was our like drink of choice at the time because we never, really got into the Burnout series. But sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
no, you're good. Burnout was quite a bit different because I'm not big into racing games, but Burnout was all about you want to crash the other drivers basically off the course, and you like for being like a young guy. I played those games. I was probably like 10 years old. Just all you want to do is crash a bunch of cars, cause explosions, and they're so cool. So I think about them implementing some of those things into this pod racing game and how fun it could be because I think it'll be less of like the Forza thing where it's just, you're trying to tune up your car and drive fast and you don't want to crash. But I think this game is going to be more about like, no, you're trying to like kill the other pod racers, basically, like ram them into other objects, and just being in the Star Wars universe, they can make anything, and we're gonna want to try it out probably. So this is gonna be a racing game. I don't know if there's like any mainline characters, like if you can race as Anakin, or stuff like that. But either way, I think it's gonna be pretty cool.
Absolutely. Good pick.
Yeah, that's solid. I will tell you this. Well, we'll wait.
Are you gonna counter it? I've already locked it in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
you
I
locked
mean,
it in.
I'll just say it, but my worry with that game is, here's the thoughts: they deliver, it's going to be great. The Star Wars fan base is unforgiving. If they fuck it up, it is going to go down the drain, and people are going to trash it like they've done with any other Star Wars game that does not fully deliver.
Outlaws.
Yep, Outlaws. And I also worry about that game being what the content basis is going to be. You're going to have a lot of maps. You're going to have a lot of customization. You're going to have a lot of different things you could do during the races. I worry more about the longevity of it, and I think that'll impact the score if they don't do it right and they don't drop it right.
Yeah, it has potential though. Star Wars,
does.
all the maps, one you're racing across Tatooine, and then next thing you're in Hoth, and you're going underneath. Like, they could really get creative with it. I pictured some of those. If you're racing and there's a battle going on in the distance or near you, they could really. And now with all the AI generating art and things like that, if they implement some of those things where there's just crazy combat going on and just the visuals, I think the racing stuff's going to have to be locked in. It's a racing game, it's going to have to feel good and play good. But I think just the visuals too of going into those worlds, you're going to want to beat the game because you're going to want to see like, oh, what does the Endor racetrack look like? What is do you go to Mustafar and you see Anakin and Obi-Wan battling in the distance? Like,
yeah, it'd be sick.
They could do a lot of cool shit, but like you said, there's a high chance they won't, because some of these recent Star Wars games have got people a little riled up. But we'll hope for the best.
Yeah, from what I saw, I guess that release trailer on the Game Awards showed like the last picture was of some, I guess, a boss that everyone was excited about, and I guess like fans of the series from the original one were super stoked. So you might, like I said, you might be on like a good sleeper hit right there. Well, I hate to say sleeper hit because it's a Star Wars game, but it's a different type of game we haven't seen in a while. So.
Yeah, it's a bit of a risk for sure. But what do I got next?
I think it's you again, right? You got one more?
Yeah, next one up. So I was looking at a bunch of these new games. Some of them look interesting, some of them don't. This one, to me, if I play this game, you guys could just strike me down and kick me off the show. But I was reading about it, and I'm gonna pick it up and put it on my list. But it's a game called Mixtape, and I'll tell you why.
I'm sorry. I
This
did
is-
not expect you to say that.
Well, this is not for us. We won't be playing it. But me and Nick had talked recently. We had talked recently on our other show about this crazy world where people are like the teenage influencers, and then their moms are like recording them and stuff. And this game is talking about you're playing as like three teenagers who sneak out at night, and you go out and have like your first kiss and stuff like that. And I was just like, I don't know. We might lose some.
You know what? Buck Pod Racers, I'm countering that one.
No, but there's an audience for it. I think it's an easy. The reason I thought about it's I don't know if it's like a Telltale game or something, or I don't know how it works. I didn't even look at any gameplay if there is. I just read the description and kind of started laughing, and I was like, well, it's probably gonna get a decent enough rating. Like, I don't think it'll totally kill me, in terms of score. Like I said, there's an audience out there for it. Let's say it gets a high 70, low 80 or something from that crowd. I'll take it. I'll take the points, but I'll never look at it again probably because it just makes me uncomfortable. Like, why do you want to play as a teenager going to make out with somebody? Like, it's just weird to me that those kinds of games exist, but I know that people like them. So
Yeah, and it probably invokes similar to like Life is Strange, and it might be even the same developer, but I don't really know about it. I did, you know what I mean? Like again, I laughed at first, but you're right. There's gonna be an audience, and those
yeah,
that play it'll probably love it, especially if they feel impacted and invokes emotion and all that. And so I think it's like we joke about it and make fun of it a little bit because it is kind of goofy, but playing
yeah,
Halo is nostalgic. Maybe someone just reliving their high school days digitally is nostalgic for them, and it gets them all. You know what I mean? You never know,
Yeah.
and like
they
you
never
said,
got
there's
they never got that first kiss. Now they can.
yeah. Well, it's the
Chip
cool thing
Spears
about
stalling
video
it now.
games. Well, the best part of like right there, video games. It's like just like there's always something for somebody. And, you know what I mean? And when people say they have nothing to play and there's nothing here and there, I'm like, I think you just might be in the wrong hobby, dude. Because like you look at your list right there. You have Grand Theft Auto, Animal, and then mixtape. You know what I mean? Like that's a crazy list and
Yeah.
good list. I think you're gonna get a lot of points. So, but yeah, I just I'd have lost that over under too with that and the Bobcat. I'm losing money here. But all right, Nick, we're rolling to your next pick. How you feeling?
Feeling actually really good because I'm gonna go ahead and secure Fire Emblem, Fortune's Weave. Stan, I knew it. And I'm surprised, I'll be honest, that you didn't pick this one up a little bit earlier in this
I just didn't think you guys would care as much as I would, and honestly, but you're smart too because you're not picking from the heart. You're also picking with your brain.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, like for me, it's not my type of game, but I know Fire Emblem has a rich history. A lot of people love those games. A lot of people are hyped about those games. And look, it falls when I'm watching the gameplay, when I'm looking at it, it's the turn based. It's got a good story already. It's established. People are going to want to see the next chapter. And if they deliver on the gameplay, it's an easy win. And I might pick it up after watching a little bit more about it. I think I'll be out of the loop with the story, so hoping that doesn't, I don't know, hoping that doesn't, like, you have to have played all or be completely entrenched in Fire Emblem to get it, which I see is typically the case with these games, that follow this path. But that also means that people that are going to be rating it have played all of them most likely, and they're gonna, if it delivers, they're gonna give it a massive rating.
Yeah, you're gonna get great points. I mean, if they have a good Fire Emblem game that's dropping right there, it'll be great. Like I dropped off the series because it's Nintendo exclusive,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't really play Nintendo anymore. But as you know, I used to play the hell out of them on
Yeah.
GBA. If I'm like to your point, I don't think they fall into that problem of it. Like if you haven't played the last one, you will have an issue here. I think they're all kind of like Final Fantasy, they're all different games 9 times, 7 times. But again, to your point, like Fire Emblem's, that's why there's like 80 characters in Smash. Like,
Yeah.
it's a huge Nintendo franchise. It's one of the few really good tactical RPGs that'll be on the Switch. I might be speaking out of ignorance there, but just from what I've seen, at like Triangle Strategy was another one and stuff like that. But I think like and it's also the perfect device to play those things on. It's a
Yeah.
great portable game to play. So yeah, I think you're gonna get great points from
And I'll tell
Nintendo
you, one of the
players.
main reasons I picked it up was
Players.
because I was a monster with a couple of the Fire Emblem characters on Smash.
Paying
All right, Stan, you got two picks lined up, man.
I do, and these ones I've been kind of fighting back and forth with myself, deciding what I wanted to roll with. Um, so I'm like, I gotta think about this for a bit, just for a second, though. I won't hold you guys up.
No, take
But
your time.
there's one game that I want to put for my last new gaming franchise, but the problem is, it's 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 probably the biggest Hail Mary here because there's a chance it doesn't show, and it's Judas. And
Oh.
Judas is from Ken Levine, the creator of BioShock. And this is his baby that's supposed to come out. And if this thing comes out, I'm guaranteed 90 plus, I believe. BioShock, I don't know if you guys have played them. They're
They're
fantastic
so
games.
good.
BioShock Infinite, like it gets it's kind of controversial, but I absolutely adored that game. And like the ending in itself, like it evoked emotion out of me. So that one I am debating on picking. There's another brand new franchise, and this is from the group, Nick, from the same team that made Wasteland 3. And they are
Okay.
making their own game called Clockwork Revolution. And those are both brand new gaming franchises, both with TBD dates, both games that I am beyond excited for. As much as I want to go for Judas, I feel like it's too much. I'm being open front and honest with you guys if you do pick it. That's why I didn't let you know the
Yeah.
two I'm thinking. But I just for my new gaming franchise, yeah, there's like as you guys see on these top lists, there's plenty of games here that have a higher hype factor.
Mhm.
But I truly believe people are sleeping on Clockwork Revolution. And if they release this game this year, it's gonna be big. And I'm so nervous. I don't know. I don't know if I should pick it. Because my issue is I'm looking at like releases, right? We got the developer direct coming up, right? We know that Fable's coming out. We know
Mhm.
that Gears is coming out. We know that Campaign Evolved is coming out. We know that Forza's coming out. That's 4 games this year, with Grand Theft Auto kind of holding that November spot. Do we think Xbox, 'cause this is the Xbox Studio, will release a 5th game? 5 games in 1 year, you
It's
know?
a tough
So
question.
I think one of those, like you talked about, Fable might not even make the cut. I feel like they're gonna do less than they say they will, not more. But
yeah.
we
There's
could be
so much
pleasantly
shit
surprised.
dropping. It's a
So
tough call. If it
I'm
does,
gonna
like you
go ahead.
said, you're guaranteed massive points, but you're really on a fine line of the amount of content and it, like you said, with Xbox. So I don't know, man. That is a tough choice.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and go for the Hail Mary with Judas. If Judas comes out, I'm gonna get so many points. And Clockwork, after talking it out with you boys, I do think that it's a lesser chance of coming out this year, and probably would be probably 27 first quarter if because they can just fine tune that thing and drop it then. Because like you said, they're
Mhm.
not starving for stuff to put out. And why drop if you're already gonna drop 4 games, which is huge in 1 year? Why drop 5 when you can start dropping stuff in 27 and maybe start building up that roster for that
Yep.
year and those earnings? So okay, so I've locked in Judas. Um, before I go into my regular pick, I think it's time for me to show love to a certain franchise that I adore, and that's going to be, and I'm pretty sure Nick could guess what it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be Diablo 4 Lord of
I knew
Hatred.
you were gonna fucking pick it up.
Yeah, I figured that was gonna.
I
And
knew out of
I,
anybody to pick it up, it'd be you.
and I almost, and I'm not going to say it actually because Dave hasn't picked his expansion yet, so I'll save that conversation. But I will say this: the Paladin was so much fun, and as much as we give Blizzard shit, they have continuously tried to make Diablo 4 better. And the last season I played, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the Paladin. We're looking at a new continent, this brand new expansion. They're redoing a bunch of stuff. They're adding war trials. They're adding or warpath. I think it's called. They're adding another class that we haven't heard about. That's possibly a warlock. That released the accidental leaked image of the continent shows like a half demonic area, half white area. So it's kind of playing into that. The return of Lilith. So I think we're in for a treat. I think that this will be a great game, and it is something I will definitely play and I will definitely review for us boys for our here at Grinding Game. Also, anyone that's going to give us crap that the draft says gains and games. Sorry, this was before we decided to switch our name up, so don't y'all give us any smack for that. You see in our draft, we're trusting you, we're showing you our hearts. Don't be like that.
Mhm.
So locking in that, Nick, we're back to you. You still got a flex pick, a reg pick, and a new game franchise pick. So how are you feeling for
One of
your
each.
next?
So look, I like the position I'm in right now, and I can tell you why. I got a flex pick.
Mhm.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pick a new game, because Dave only has new games and an expansion left, and I have none of those. I'm going to save the counter pick, and I'll just be honest. I'm going to save the counter pick to the end because I'm really interested to see what everybody's counter picks are, and I think it'll be a cool way to wrap up.
I think
But
that's what that warning sign tells us, isn't it? Man, don't
no, it says if
problem.
you do not fill this slot by the end of the year, it'll count as negative 15 points.
Yeah, we'll fill that right away. We're not playing that game.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and pick my new game. Then Dave will make his choices, and then I will get a regular game or a flex. We'll see here. But I was just doing some research, and a game that I'm gonna go with for the new game is. Let's see if I can find it.
Yeah, I see you just clicking away, researching last minute. Dirty.
You know me, man. You know me.
You're trying to run this league, and you boys are taking advantage of it. I respect it.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Cairn or Karn or whatever the hell it is, but it's I, I was
Whatever the hell
watching.
this thing is.
I was watching this game, and I could tell you it's one of those games that I think it's kind of out there. It looks the gameplay looks kind of funny to me. The graphics look kind of goofy, but I can tell you what I think it's gonna do. I think it's a survival kind of climber game. Maybe like reminds me of that game where you had to get to the top of all that stuff. You're falling down, and it's going to be a massive streaming game, I think. So I think a lot of people are going to pick it up, play it, and I think what this one might have something that a lot of people enjoy. It's a little bit of a story, it seems like. It's also a survival. I know survival games, people love them. And I'm kind of excited. I wanted to get it on my list because it's actually dropping at the end of the month. And it'll be cool to kind of see the first points popping up on the screen. And it also makes me feel a little bit better to have something on my new games list that I'm actually confirmed is going to come out because a lot of this shit, I have no idea if it's going to. So that's my choice. Did you guys see anything about that game? Any thoughts on it?
Nah, nothing at all, honestly.
I looked at it a little bit, but I have some others in mind for my last two new game on it. I'll be curious to try it out too, and it would be not. You'll be probably the first one to get points, and that's gonna be the only time you're in the lead all year. So enjoy it.
Yeah, as soon as mixtape drops, we're all screwed.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I like that they do these categories because it forces us to go outside our comfort zone. And these new games, it is some of these I'm looking at them, and I'm like, what the hell? But all right, am I up now?
From rock climbing survival game?
Or do you?
I'm sorry.
Or
Sorry, guys. I was looking at Karn.
Yeah, it's like a rock climbing. You have to like stay in cave. I just know people and I am one of them. I like survival games. That does not look like a survival game for me, but I bet you it'll find its niche out there. And if it does it right, I think it'll score high. It's a cool concept.
All right, Dave. We're on you next.
I'm gonna knock out my two new gaming franchises. This game, Mio, Memories in Orbit. I saw the thing that made me select it. I saw that it's from Focus Entertainment, which put out Warhammer 40K, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And so with that, I mean, you guys have had nothing but good things to say. I still got it on my list to play it at some point this year, but I've heard nothing but good things about that game. So if it's the same developers, same studio, this game looks quite a bit different. It's not a shooter. It's looks more like a little puzzle platformer kind of game. But hey, I'm gonna throw it on my list. I think it's gonna get some points. And it comes out actually next week. So actually, I might jump. I might be the first one to get a few points. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know if you guys have thoughts on that one, or I can just jump to the next.
Go ahead and jump to the next. I'm gonna look this one up while you do that.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance yet. I was just pulling it up.
I'm gonna grab this one. The mouse PI for hire.
I knew you were gonna do it.
I watched some footage of it. It just looks ridiculous. It's like that old school was it Steamboat Willie, the Mickey, the like one of the original, I think it's like the original Mickey cartoon, really, or something like that. We'll have to fact check it, but when he's out on that boat, it's like black and white, and that's what this game looks like. But it's a first person shooter as well, so you're like blowing all these cartoon heads off with a shotgun, and um, it looked like it could be entertaining. I probably won't get to it this year, but there's a lot of hype behind it. A lot of people like more of the cartoon style shooters like that. And we'll see. We'll see how it does. Hopefully, I'll get some points just based on other people's hype for it, not necessarily my own.
Yeah. Going back to that Mio Memories in Orbit, I think that was a really solid pick. I see that the gameplay does look pretty entertaining, and like you said, with the developers, I think that has a potential to be a classic. I think it's probably projected lower than what it's truly going to get when it drops.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
actually, that's coming out January 20th, so you'll get first points on the board.
Oh yeah, I mentioned that earlier, but you must have been deep in your research.
I think your mouth PI for hire is actually pretty stacked to get some damn good points as well. I think that's a pretty cool game to pick. I saw that too, and I was thinking about grabbing that myself.
No, I did too.
Yeah, if it's like a quick playthrough, because that's the thing with some of these. I'm so used to getting these games nowadays where you're putting in 30, 40 hours minimum. So that's why you can hesitate. But some of these smaller titles, if it only takes less than 10 hours to beat or something, it might be worth a playthrough. Go for some achievements.
Absolutely. All right, Nick. How you, Mister? I'm feeling so good and doing enough research to write a paper. How are we feeling about your next pick?
Hey man,
Me and
listen,
Dave are fighting for our lives over here, trying to.
no, I've been interacting. Look, I've been
We're
listen.
just giving you a hard time, brother.
Listen, it's I got some things that you guys are going to be excited about, all right? And all I want to do is make sure I deliver on that promise by the end of the year. So, what I'm going to do is Dave, I liked what you were talking about when you talked about those developers of Monster Hunter, because my there goes fan. Yes. My final pick for
Such
the
a
regular games is Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection. And I see
Ooh.
this
You're
doing
gonna get so many points.
extremely well, dude. It is based in the world of Monster Hunter. It has the kind of anime type feel to it. I just see this boding extremely well when it drops. So I'm gonna go ahead
Also,
and secure
turn-based
that.
RPG too. So go ahead and add that into it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm actually excited. I'm thinking about jumping into that game, honestly.
Yeah, and as I was watching and looking at it, I'll probably get that as well. You get a little bit of that lore of that world, which I do really enjoy, kind of the story of that world. And like I said, you kind of get it in a more, I think, easier to digest for the more casual or turn-based oriented player.
They did not know Monster Hunter, I assume, my friend.
Hmm?
Did nothing on Monster Hunter?
No, but after here, like you had talked about it on the last episode, and I've always been curious. I've always just looked at those titles from a distance. I think, like with the curiosity. I've just never. It's just life and time. I just never have found the window to download one of them and try it. But I feel like I would like it. I think. Um, so we'll see. Maybe we'll give this one a try.
Well, boys, comes to me. And
Comes to
I'm
you,
a little
brother.
surprised neither one of you picked up what I'm about to pick up right now.
What do you
Oh.
got?
I think it was kind of under everybody's nose, but I think once I tell you what it is, you're gonna smack yourselves a little bit.
Most likely.
You mentioned the group. You mentioned Space Marine.
Yeah.
You mentioned Warhammer 40K. And a game that I would like you both to start researching right now so you can feel what's about to happen to you. I'm going to get Total War Warhammer 40K.
What?
Oh no.
Yes, sir. The Total War team is doing the 40K and was announced at the Game Awards releasing this year. And let me tell you something. I cannot wait. I'm going to sink so much time into this game. I
Oh.
can already see it.
Oh no. This looks fucking great.
The absolute
That's
scope
why I
these
kept turning
boys are
off that
going.
camera. He's over there fucking typing with his toes, finding these fucking games.
Yeah, dude. It just wasn't on my radar.
I was really scared you guys were gonna grab this one, but when I saw that for whatever reason it's like far back in like the watch list, I'm like, dude, I think I might be able to sneak this one in later on in the draft. But I am beyond excited for this game. And I'm sure you guys are looking at some stuff now. It just looks awesome. They just did
Oh,
a
dude.
release of the orcs, showing how the orcs play and stuff. I just think you're looking at your typical. It's like it's typical RTS turn based. It's everything. It's gonna be so good. It's on all the consoles, which is awesome in itself.
Now I'm looking though, it's
Mhm.
saying that it hasn't been announced yet. I mean, it's
Oh,
been
it's coming out.
announced, but the release date hasn't.
Don't worry, it's coming out this year.
Yeah, okay, I got you. He's got the confidence. That's a
I
solid pick.
think it's late 2026, and I think it. Again, it's a dangerous pick in the sense that it might not drop this year, but I just have a feeling if it does, it's guaranteed points.
Yeah,
This
you're
is another
guaranteed
risky pick,
major.
and you're right. You're right. But I think as soon as the hype of Grand Theft Auto drops, this would be the perfect December game.
Yeah.
Like going cozy into the winter, and I think, and I don't know these developers from Adam, but I think that's probably what they're shooting for. Is probably that time right there. And then for my next pick, I'm gonna play it a little bit safer. We go and drop, back and forth, and the fact that it's allowing me to do it, which is nice, and I don't know, I'm gonna go, and I feel like so many people are so excited. This franchise has been taking a nap for a lot of years. Is Animusha Way of the Sword? Again, I don't know. Oh, sorry guys, I didn't realize I chose the wrong tab. That was bad. Onimusha Way of the Sword. It's been a long time since we've had an Onimusha game. I used to play them back in the day. Really enjoyed them. I think we're in for a great thing, and that's what's going to round off my 2026 draft. Is Onimusha Way of the Sword.
I'm looking this up now. This wasn't even on my radar either, but what I'm seeing is this looks like it will be a really, really good pick. I'm liking it. It reminds me, and it's looking. Oh, dude, yeah, that's some cool gameplay on that, and I like it. Looks like it's got some cool boss fights intermingled throughout it. Yeah, that's gonna be a good pick, dude.
All right, Nick, your last pick, a flex pick for your final pick of the 2026 grinding game draft.
Yeah, so a flex pick, and let's talk real quick. When we pick these counter picks, do they have to be on somebody else's?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you're counter picking theirs, so you're kind of competing against each other.
I
already know who I'm grabbing. I already know.
Right, and the way it works with the counter pick, I believe, isn't it like if the points that they or you get their points or something? How does that work? Do you know how exactly that?
If it fails, you get a certain points based on the failure. But if it's a positive, then you get negative points based on how positive it is, and it's at a certain threshold.
Okay.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and secure my flex, and we'll let Dave go into his counter. So my last one that I'm going to pick as a flex is going to be.
Well, Dave isn't going into his counter next. He's getting his expansion pick and then his counter pick.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's still got an expansion open. That's right. I'm going to go ahead and pick up Persona 4 Revival.
Good pick.
Didn't do a whole lot of Persona, but again, that's one of those games that I know people love that stuff. And if they're going to do I believe it's look, I think it was a reimagined, or so no, it's a remake, so that's even better. I think remakes typically add something, a little flavor to it sometimes that I think the people that typically play that series, and I might be wrong, but kind of look for something a little different each time. So if they kind of do that nice perfect blend of what you really liked out of that game, and it was a good game when it came out, and then they add a little bit extra to it that people enjoy, maybe from some of the newer games. I think it's got potential to do good. And that
Nice.
is
Okay.
my draft besides the counter, gentlemen. I think solid lineup.
And we're all looking pretty nice right now with some good lists here. It's kind of actually difficult to think of counter picks.
Yeah, that's the difficult part. But I'll go ahead into the expansion. This is going to be a little bit of a risk, but I like to be a little risky. I just recently won my fantasy football league at a nice payout, and it was all by taking risks. And the same thing's going to happen with this. I'm going for the unannounced
Yep.
Witcher 3 DLC. There's only
Smart.
rumors right now, but Chris, I believe earlier you had brought up Witcher 3 and just the hype behind it. If they're gonna drop something, and it's had quite a bit of time to cook in the oven, because when did Witcher 3 originally drop? It's been a while. So
No.
they come out with a DLC this much later, it's got to be something big.
Yeah, the rumor is they're branching 3 with 4 with this expansion.
Which would be huge. Which means everybody would fucking get it too. I mean, anybody would get it regardless because that
I'm
game's
getting it.
fantastic. But
I'll get
I
it.
can tell you right
Heartbeat.
now, if that drops, I'm gonna download it immediately.
And it's a risk, because they could put something out and say early 2027, and then I'll be screwed. But with just the rumor mill and the hype behind it, I think the public might force it to happen this year.
I
We'll
like
see.
it.
I like it a lot. Yep.
Who's your counter, brother? Who do you see failing?
Well, real quick, before we start going in the counters.
It jumped to Chris next, though.
Oh, I get to do the first counter?
Yeah, I think now it's going down the
Draft a counter pick. Oh, all right. Yeah, let's talk about this for a second. Let me go down back to me. Well, boys, looking at all of our lists, I gotta say some solid lists here. I think all of us picked some great things. And if I'm looking,
dude, how are we gonna have time to play all this? There's so many games.
we're not gonna be able to, but we're gonna knock some of these big ones out.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
Why do I have to do the first counter? Damn.
I know the counter is tough because well, I know I've got some questionables on there, but
it is tough though, dude. I've been back and forth constantly on my counters.
Mixtape's game of the year.
I know that's gonna be our luck. He just get completely demolished if I pick it.
It's not our generation anymore. You know, it's just a new age.
All right, boys. I think I've decided my counter pick. I'm gonna do it, and then I'm gonna discuss why. Well, let me.
What's it gonna be?
Did it let you?
You dirty pig.
Oh.
I just feel like this game is not going to be that great. I think you're looking at another survival game. I think people have a fatigue on it. There's nothing about it that, I mean, besides the art style that does look pretty cool. I just feel like we're looking at I think you're going to probably get maybe a 60 or 70 on Metacritic, if that. And I could be completely wrong, and we'll see actually relatively soon. We'll see.
I
But
can see
yeah,
it though.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like I said, and it's going to be for any of these picks we do right now. It's going to be either, as we're doing it, right, for all of these, it's going to be either it's really great or it's going to be crap. Now, do I think it's going to be complete crap? No, I just feel like it's not going to resonate with a lot of people, honestly. But we'll see. You know, I could be completely off base with this thing. But yeah, I just, out of all the games picked, yeah, that's the one I'm kind of feeling right now. So, and now, as I watch my brother boil with rage, and
I support it, honestly. Here's what I'm gonna do, and we'll see what your thoughts are.
I know what you're gonna pick.
Where is? Oh, I see. It's a little bit different when you pick this.
Yeah.
Available counter. Okay.
And then you gotta scroll to the bottom of it and
Okay.
confirm. Let's see. We all wait with bated. I didn't think you'd pick Marathon, honestly, but okay.
The reason. Here's the reason. It's
because our creators made you so mad.
No, it is estimated, but it's March 2026. Um, just what I feel is I almost feel, and this was a little bit where when I even picked uh Dusk Bloods, is I worry about what people's perceptions and their burnout of the extraction shooter genre is, right? I worry that Dusk Bloods is going to fail to a degree because Arc Raiders I feel like had a really big hype when it dropped off, but you almost see now that people are like kind of getting over it, right? And now we have Dusk Bloods potentially coming out and then Marathon coming out, and I think that they just got to do it right. I think Bungie is a great company, and like you said, they do really good with Destiny. They did really good with of course the Halos when they came out. I just don't know. An extraction shooter's never been in their wheelhouse. Neither has it been for From Software. But I just hope that From Software's art style and their loyal fan base helps it live longer. But that was my views, and then we'll talk about where my mind was because this was a really tough pick. There was a couple other ones that I was really really close to picking on both sides of the aisle.
Now, I will say, to your point about Arc Raiders, current players in game right now via the Steam chart is 200,000, 277,000. 24-hour peak was 319,000, and their all-time peak was 481,000.
True.
So I think the hype is still alive, and I think that hype has the ability to. And I'm just playing devil's advocate a little bit here.
Yeah.
But I think that that might bleed into Marathon. I think what hurts Marathon the most is the controversy of the art, kind of the art theft that's been settled now, and the everyone wants Destiny 3, not this game. So I see your point. I think there is a chance that people really turn against this game. But yeah, just a heads up on that with the
Yeah,
I know
and
you
I
despise the raids.
No, I don't. I just think that look, that game's saturated, like you said. I think that it will shortly fall off. I think. I just maybe it won't. That's my thoughts. But then I think, all right, let's say it doesn't too. You have that, and then let's say that Dusk Bloods it's not out there yet, but let's say that they drop around the same time. You're just gonna have more people go for a From Software game than a Bungie game these days, I think too. You know what I mean? They're
I
just
do
gonna.
say the only thing that hurts Dusk Bloods over Marathon is it's just on Switch when initially dropped. I do think eventually it might go to other platforms, but the thing that Marathon has above it is it's also going to be a $40 title and release both on PlayStation, PC, and Xbox all at the same time with crossplay and all that. So, but no, I get your points. I
We'll
think
see, brother.
we're at
point.
a well, I'm defending my game. I'm going to defend it a little bit. I mean, I think that's the nature of the beast here. You know what I mean? I got to defend my pick a little bit.
Yeah.
But no, I see your point 100%. I think they're again, like you said, these counter picks are hard because it's like every side of the coin. Either this thing's going to hit and we all enjoy it, and I will force you all to play it with me. And if we all love it, you know what I mean? But then again, we could play it, and it's like,
make
dude,
no mistake, I'm going to
fun.
download it and play it with you. I just now hope it fails to a degree.
I will hate the game.
I couldn't defend Karen though, dude. I was like, when I even secured it, I was like, oh, now I just got to try to hype this up.
Like, I will be the biggest supporter Karen has ever seen. Maybe like doing like let's plays and stuff on our channel. Like, stop! It's destroying the channel.
People are leaving.
All right, Mr. Lawless, you get to decide the final counter pick.
Well, nobody hit me with any, so, and I can't do any on myself, so it means one of you is gonna get sniped twice. And I'll cut right to the chase because it's getting late. I know you guys got an early morning, but well, I do as well, but probably not nearly as early. But it's Fable. I gotta snipe it.
That was going to be my second choice,
and I don't want it to be true But here's my thought process.
This is how the podcast ends, boys.
Here's my thought process. We haven't seen anything. We haven't seen any gameplay, so I don't think it would be the first half of the year. I think what they might have had planned, if they did have it, was towards the end of the year. Then Grand Theft Auto gets shifted, and I bet you that they're over there scrambling, trying to say, well, what do we do now? I think we need to push something back, and it'll be Fable. Because Gears of War, as you know, it's tough to say. If Fable came out, say October, and then GTA's dropping a month later, they could get a nice pop. Like, we'll see what happens. I'm not in charge of it. Those are just my thoughts. That I'm worried about it. I don't want it to fit. I don't want it to get pushed back another year. But just the fact we haven't seen anything yet now, this developer direct coming up, we might see 30 minutes of gameplay. Who knows what they have up their sleeve, and they might say, "Oh, it's ready in July." So we'll see what happens. But that's what I feel. That's what I'm worried about. I'm gonna lock that in. I gotta snipe you on Fable, even though it was gonna probably be one of my, or it would have been one of all of our picks. You grabbed it first though, so I'm gonna counter it.
So I was waiting for you to lock it in before I defended myself. I think we'll be all singing a different tune next week when we see that developer direct. There has been gameplay that's been shown. I didn't want to release that until after you picked it in. So there's been a little bit of stuff shown.
Like, was it like
fighting a werewolf?
Was it actually put out by them? No, I haven't even looked at it. Or was it like
it was shown at, I think it was either Summer Game Fest or something around that time. Something small was shown. Again, nothing like extravagant to your point. And I think you made a bunch of great points about it. I think you're both dirty little Nick and Dave save the world partners and attacked me, but it's okay. I understand. I did lie about the snake draft, not to mess with you. No, you made a great point. Like,
if big wild Fable, I would have went after him. That one was, I had to do it.
I feel you. No, I know it is. I'm messing with you guys, but I honestly think you made a great point, and I think the biggest point made is Grand Theft Auto 6 is the one that's gonna. You got that one, but everyone's scared, and anyone that's smart realizes if you're not gonna release, like if Fable doesn't release in October, you know what I would like to check actually. Let me see when the first Fable released, because they might like try.
And I'll air my concerns on Fable if you want to hear. And they're completely different than the projected release date. Here's the thing: the gameplay we saw, it was one character. It is also completely new developers. So here's my two thoughts: they take out I'd hope they at this stage in the game add some level of character creation. I think if they lock you into one character in today's game and age of role-playing games, I mean, who doesn't want that in a Fable?
They did confirm you can choose between male and female protagonists, so right up on that.
I think that, it could. I think a lot of people are going to be looking for character creation, and I think that they have to stay true to the true Fable baseline, which I'm sure they will, but you got to see a little bit, but I want to make sure I can still make choices between good and evil, and there's some form of outcome, some form of, it'd be sweet if there's the character appearance changes again. I just hope that, and we saw it with Halo, and this is what we've talked about. I just hope it's a new round of developers, a lot of new people, hands on this. I just really hope they stay true to what everybody loved about these games, and it's such a beloved series like Halo, like these other games, that if they don't deliver, people are just going to be pissed off about it. It has the potential to be major points, but also has the potential to where if they really truly don't give the fans what they want, to bomb as well.
Yes, and so I looked, and I agree with you. I think you made a good points. So just for y'all, so we all, for the sake of argument, September 14th, 2024 was the first Fable. So that could be the date they're looking to release on. Maybe, you know what I mean? But we've seen Xbox and miss that, and freaking Todd Howard and Fallout and all them miss all these anniversaries. So that might not mean anything to them. But Also, the new developer, Playground Games, is the same developer for Forza. Why can't I talk? What's the?
Forza.
Thank you so much, Forza. Jesus, I think I was having a stroke.
Welcome.
Forza, and those games are fantastic. So again, now does that translate to a Fable game? We'll see, won't we? But
Yeah, that's
no, I think you both made solid points. I like the projections. It looks like Nick, you're projected to steal this thing. So, we'll be excited to see how that all plays out. I think this was fun, boys. I know we ran into some technical issues and all that, but looking at our lists, I feel really good about mine. I know from talking from you guys, I know y'all feeling pretty good too.
Mhm.
I have two men here preying on my downfall as well because they sniped me twice. But I think it's cool. I think that, I mean, to your point, Dave, yeah. And you guys both chose two good games to probably snipe. I think you would have probably, if you guys were gonna snipe me, I think you're probably the two games I'm more concerned about than Fable and Marathon, honestly, are Warhammer releasing
Yeah,
this
I
year
really thought about that
and
one.
Yeah.
Judas. But both of your points, I think you were smart because like if you did pick it and those two released, then you're shit out of luck because those games are guaranteed, I think, to be high 80s, low
Mhm.
90s. So with Judas probably potentially pushing higher to like the 95 range.
Yeah, that was my
But
biggest concern is, those dates aren't announced, but God forbid they drop.
Right.
I tell you, and also a runner up, and then we'll wrap it up, was the Galactic Racer. That I had a tough time not
I'm
choosing that
Zach
one.
close to picking that one too.
I thought you guys were gonna get me on that one because that was just kind of a, well, we'll see. It's more of like I hope it's good, not that I have faith it's gonna be good.
Yeah, and I
But
hope
to
it's
Nick's
great
point,
too.
like, yeah, Star Wars fans, yeah, they hate hard, but they also love hard. So if the
Yeah,
game hits everything they're expecting from that and they love it, you're looking at a decently rated game there. Um, but yeah, everyone, like again, we really appreciate y'all joining us for our 2026 draft. We had some things discussed. We'd love to hear what you guys drafted if you participated, what you think of our picks, our counter picks. Again, this was kind of me and the boys were talking. Basically, our part three of our pilot. You know, our first one was our goats, discussing that. The second one was our campfire special, going over the game of the year of 2025, and then starting off 2026 before any major releases happen. Doing our draft here. So the cool thing is, our next episode will kind of just be a different type of format, talking about the news, talking about life and the grind, and just going over everything. And we're really excited about that. We're excited for y'all to join us on the journey, guys. Some of you already jumped on, and we really appreciate those that have watched and listened. Again, remember, we know we just did a nice quick little rebrand. And don't forget also to watch these two gentlemen on their podcast, Nick and Dave Save the World. Also catch Nick with some of his other buddies on Uncut, Never Filtered, sipping on bourbon, enjoying themselves. It would have been great if you'd have brought that bourbon to the campfire special, Dave, but we got ranch water, so it's okay. Could have probably tossed it in the fire when it ripped through my pants. That'd have been wonderful as well. But boys, usually we do a little sign off, but I think like Dave alluded to, we all got early mornings, got to get right back to the grind of life. But to everyone, we just want to say thank y'all. We hope you all have a great week. We look forward to talking to you next week, and we're looking forward to the Xbox Developer Direct, and we'll be talking about that and possibly recording our thoughts right after it. But we'll touch a little bit more on that next week. But everyone, Dave, Nick, you boys have a great night. Get some rest. Y'all take care of yourselves, and everybody, enjoy your week. We look forward to seeing you next week, and take care of yourselves.
appreciate y'all.
Good night.
Bye, everyone.